I hardly feel like doing a video, but I do one every day, whether I feel like it or not. And the title of the video for March the 11th, 2017 is Getting Settled In. Well, yesterday was the day I finally removed the library of books that I do not have room for in my apartment. Thankfully, my son helped me, and we also brought over some, not all, of the furniture I will need here. There are still a few pieces that I need to get, but it's starting to look more like home. Even my bed is now in the bedroom instead of the living room. Anyway, that's about my life. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on here on Earth, the bigger picture. Reports about the wealth redistribution continue. Who knows when it will finally happen for real? Not me. I will just take one day at a time as I move into the next phase of my life. What new dramas will come my way? What shifts will humanity experience? We'll see. Indeed, it felt good to be finally sleeping in the bedroom instead of the living room and getting my bed out of here, although the king-size mattress was certainly a challenge. I had to get one of my neighbors to help me get it from one room to the other because I just couldn't manage it by myself. In any case, I've also been reading here this morning a lot of the intel reports about what's going on with the currency revaluation and some of the political and economic changes that are coming down the pike. I've been hearing things for a long time, and as I've said in many videos probably, I have a number of friends that invested in the currency revaluation and we're supposed to be going away from the fiat currency of the bankrupt Federal Reserve and the fake dollars that they've been printing backed by nothing of measurable and constant value like silver, gold, or platinum, or any of the other precious metals. And I invested a little bit of money myself last June when I came back from my trip to Australia. But nothing has materialized, even though there's been promises. It was supposed to happen by July the 4th last year. Of course, it didn't. And then by the end of September, it was supposed to happen. And the date keeps being pushed back further and further. There always seem to be indications that it's imminent, but it doesn't occur. And I don't think it can occur until the arrest of the major cabal players, the major Illuminati people that are here on this planet, and whatever non-human beings are in hiding, they need to be taken off the planet. I mean, the planet needs to be liberated from this evil influence that has wreaked havoc on Earth all of our lives, going back many, 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 many generations, even millennia. That's thousands of years. For those of you that may not know the meaning of the word, but I assume most of you do, that would be listening to this video. As I said in the blurb, I am not going to get my hopes up. I've had hopes raised and dashed over and over again for far too long in my life to sit on the edge of expectation anymore, as I have previously. If something is going to happen, it'll happen when it happens. And I'll do my best to be ready, but not ready to the point where I drive my life into the ground. I want to get on with my life. I want to establish perhaps even a relationship. It's interesting that last night, for the first time in a long time, I believe, I had a dream with a lover, a sexual dream. And that doesn't, believe me, that doesn't happen for me anymore, very often anyway. It's, of course, happened at times in the past, but that's not been in the forefront of my mind in recent months, and perhaps even the last couple of years since I had my heart surgery. It's just not been high on my agenda. But there again, I had a fairly vivid dream. And anyway, I don't want to go there. I mentioned it, but I don't want to go into detail because it's just a dream anyway. Folks, I appreciate those of you that have hung on with me and those of you that have done your best to support me. Some of you still try to feed me information on what's going on, and I appreciate those of you that do that. I sometimes get the same piece of information from 2, 3, 4 different people, but that's okay. I'd rather get it from, a number of people than not get it at all, because it's information, and it's information from which I try to keep abreast on what's happening on the planet, and not just in my own life, but in the bigger picture, as I said in the blurb, because I want more than anything else to live to see a real change where leadership, I don't even want to call it government, because that means mind control. That's what government means. It means mind control. And we don't need government. What we need is leadership. And I'd like to see leadership that leads us into greater prosperity, greater awareness, and of course the ability to overcome all of the negative dogma of our religions that has plagued us and divided us against each other and kept us playing a game that we can never, that no one can truly ever win. The only game that can be truly won by all is when we love one another. That's the key. And it may sound like a broken record that I keep coming back and harping on that again and again and again. But that's where the answer is. It's in love. It's not in religious dogma. It's not in keeping rules. It's just simply in being able to listen to one another, being able to empathize when people are going through hard times, being able to deal with the hard questions that people ask, and finding a way to build bridges that connect us, not disconnect us from one another. The only disconnection that needs to happen is the disconnection from the malevolent forces that have been allowed, for whatever reason, to wreak havoc with our experience of life. I hope that's coming to an end. I mean, I'd love it to come to an end. But in the meantime, if it doesn't come to an end, I'd like to see a little bit of a respite from all that I've been through in the past couple of years, and maybe even find a bit of romance. Wouldn't that be an amazingly wonderful thing? Will it happen? I have no idea what the future holds. I take one day at a time, and that's the best I can do. Anyway, I'm not going to try to make this 10 minutes. I feel like I'm at the end of what I want to say for the day. So on that note, I say namaste, and thank you again for listening.